So for those who don't know, Joe does tech reviews, it's tech and toys, and
Yeah.
using this top-down video style to show the unboxing and show your reviews on the different kind of content. And I think you can correct me if I'm wrong. Do you make the music too in the background?
Yes, I make the music too.
Wow,
Oh, wow.
that's amazing.
I'm available. I can drop my email. If anyone, I do a bunch of different genres. I'm also a professional musician. This is something that I do as a hobby. But if you guys would like some tracks, just hit me up. I put my email in the chat.
Please do.
As you can see, I have a Megazord here. To the first-time visitors as well as the repeat offenders, thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. We're just here to have fun and talk about cool stuff, technology specifically. Anyway.
We can start at least having a bit of a context here. What are you trying to achieve? Because I think the channel is pretty new, right? Do you want to show the whole unboxing without any cuts? Do you want to learn more about edition and then make a more dynamic video, changing angles and shots, things like that?
I started this channel because I am pretty much a nerd of all nerds when it comes to my friends group. And so everyone's pretty much interested in what I'm interested in. I have a best friend named Nick. If I'm sitting around with Nick somewhere and, we're about to leave, but he notices something that I have and he says, hey, tell me a little bit about that. That's pretty much what my channel is. So it's meant to be informal. There's no script or anything like that. I'm just in the tech. I got a bunch of tech reviewer friends and I just get so annoyed that videos are getting longer and longer. It doesn't take 30 minutes to figure out if a phone's good or not. So that's pretty much the basis of my channel.
So you want to show everything more in detail as well as you talk about it, right?
I would say slight detail. I look at myself as that first paragraph on a Wikipedia page. Like I'm just giving you the brief overview and you can do more research if you want.
Okay. So you said something about a script and a storyboard. You can keep things casual, but at the same time having a little bit of a script. So everything is a bit more
precise.
Yes.
I would say if you're the first paragraph, I really like that analogy as well. It's very clear now to me where you want to go. So if you're the first paragraph of a Wikipedia page, what is the summary that I want to convey? And maybe it's 4 points, right? Which is great and that you can do. I also agree with you. If a video is longer than 7 minutes, I don't watch it. So that's really great. I think we could probably just give like, what am I going to cover in this 5 minutes? That could probably be very easy for you to do. And then we could give a few feedback that you could apply right away, improve the lighting and set design, stuff like that.
If you want to keep things casual and you don't want to pre-plan things, you can always just use some software and edit the parts that you do not want to include afterwards. If that's easier for you. There are two ways to do it. You can either like plan everything ahead, or if you want to just casually convey everything, you can shoot whatever you want, and then you can just chop it down to the most interesting parts that you think your viewers would want to see.
I'll jump in super quick just to share this tool. It's a tool called Descript. I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but it's pretty fantastic. So Descript allows you to edit audio and edit video, but it does it in a really unique way where it transcribes the video. And then you can edit the text like a word processor and it'll edit the video for you. And it has a lot of really cool features. In fact, for our first content crit, I used Descript to edit the content crit. And what I found was that they have these features where you can remove filler words like ums and ahs. What makes Descript really awesome is that you can just cut away all the fat and just get the essential points, text and audio and in video in this case, of what the person wanted to say and just stitch it together in a way that just makes it super tight.
Okay, and you said this is an app?
Yeah, it's an app. You can download it on a Mac or on a Windows. It's a really cool piece of software.
Thank you so much. I just wrote it down. Thank you so much.
And also, if you want to edit in that way, like cutting and trim the fat, if you don't want to show it super jumpy or something, film what we call B-roll. You make shots of close-ups or the megazords of the part that compose it, so you can introduce them or add them to the final video. So the viewers have more things to watch and it's more interesting to watch. Yeah. So that's in terms of edition. I would do that, definitely.
So in terms of B-roll, is that something just from moving forward? Should I just always grab a little bit of B-roll during my shooting just so I can have it just in case?
Yes, exactly. Everything you want to show, like interesting, You just film it in the way you want, actually, and your creativity. So just show it in the way you want, and then you have it. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. But in case you want to, you already have it.
You're right. It's good to be prepared.
In this video, you could just have the initial shot of the Megazord. You could have a pan shot of when it was fully constructed, and then when you deconstructed it, you could have different shots of different parts. So when you're talking about them, you can just use a close-up shot of it so that people knew better what you were talking about.
Okay.
I've actually seen some cool clips of creators filming B-roll, and it's really interesting. They get very creative with it in ways that you would not have thought. Like they might take lights and shine them up really close and do these sorts of like pan shots, just do a whole bunch of random things. And the types of effects that they get from doing that can look really cool afterwards. You see it like splashing water and just sort of like filming the water splash down. It depends on the type of product that you're reviewing, but people can sometimes get really out of the box creative using tin foil for different reflections to get more unique looks as well of the products.
Cool. Yeah, I actually just got some color changing lights. So I will start by trying to incorporate those in some B-roll for sure.
And things that maybe we can say to improve, you can incorporate. For example, the overhead, it's again tilted. But sometimes it's a little shaky, and probably because you have the tripod close to the table or on the table. So anytime when you move or push a little bit the table, the camera shakes. So be mindful of it.
I'm going to start using the tripod and boom arm that you guys.
Oh, great.
Actually, I'm looking at it right now. That's what I'm going to start filming with moving forward.
We're looking forward to see your next video using that.
Well, I will say I have no life, so it's probably going to be like another 10 or 12 published videos before I start using. I have a lot of videos.
And also in terms of lighting, I see you're using ceiling lights, or your lights are both here?
Top.
On top, yeah.
I can actually show you my little workstation. A lot of things have changed. So I just got these soft white LED lights. Before I was using this harsh one, and there was another harsh lamp I was using. But here's my new OverHead Pro tripod. Got the rest of the stuff over here.
So you have the little lights, right?
No.
Then in that case, maybe the setup that we shared, the one with the lights in 45 degrees or something like that, would be helpful for you.
I
little
agree.
Lights.
These lights, they change height. They go up to like this high, and I just tilt them down.
Oh, great. Because the problem with the ceiling lights or lights that are coming directly from the top, like a straight from the top, is that it creates that kind of shadow. For example, let's look at the black, I don't know what it is. It creates like a big shadow, and you cannot see the shape of the object itself. And also it's not very aesthetic. I would prefer to have a smoother coming from one side shadow instead of super flat on the tabletop. Also because you have like a black tabletop, which exaggerate the shadow, like makes it more harsh.
Okay.
So
what about if it's like a red as opposed to a black? The table. What if I use like a red as opposed to a black?
So you were saying, what if you use red? Because I see you have red underneath your table.
I was saying that you can experiment with different tabletops. These are just the ones that you have. You can also buy vinyl tabletops that you can just put on top and shoot over it. So with the kind of things that you are showcasing, you can just change different ones to look which ones look better. Red may look fine for one of the things. If it is a lighter thing, it may enhance the colors of the thing. Sometimes you may want to use white with it. For example, if you wanted to change tabletop for this video, it could have been a gray slate kind of tabletop. That would have really looked better, because then you would be able to focus on the colors of the thing that you're showcasing instead of it merging with the tabletop itself.
Okay.
Also, I wanted to talk about the things in the right and the top. So are the things related to the object that you were showcasing, or are they just there for props?
One, for props, and two, just to make sure, because I'm always at different angles when I'm doing this, because I'm still trying and figuring it out. So I use them as markers as well. When I first started doing these videos, because of the Tech Lord of the Sith name, there was always a lightsaber somewhere in the shot. But now I've moved on to just any kind of Star Wars. So the triangle thing that's related to Star Wars, the thing at the top, and the Funko Pop was related to the Power Rangers, Black Ranger. Thing at the top was just there so that I didn't go too far outside of the shot with my arm. So kind of a marker.
So I was thinking that maybe you could have used some things that are, one, a little bit more organic in shape, so that our focus doesn't shift from the main object. And also, for example, the pyramid kind of shape is a bit pointy. It doesn't look very nice. It doesn't flow very nicely when your eyes look at the video camera angle. So one of your camera was overhead and the other one was on the side. I think you were shooting from them simultaneously.
Yes.
So one, we already talked about B-roll, so that would make it easier for you to show things that you were showing. And also, but the side camera that you had was like somebody was speaking from the side of your shoulder. Maybe we could have had it to perpendicular to the overhead one, like it was exactly on the side table, so they can see everything. Or if it wasn't showing what you exactly wanted to show from the front, maybe facing your things towards the other side of you and putting the camera on the top would have helped, toward either to the top right or either to the top left, and then you can rotate the thing to the camera and then show it so that it is more visible to the camera. So you could experiment or play with different camera angles to see what works best for you or the object that you're showcasing.
Okay. I'm writing that down right now.
I'll just wrap up. Basically, just to reiterate what Sara and Yumna said, I took some notes while they were talking. So to reiterate things you can implement right away to increase it with little effort is that tabletop. So even here we have two different things going on. We have the black and we have the red. Even if you don't have anything on hand, like even if you just chose one color for now, we just need to know exactly where our eyes are going. And right now our eyes are going multiple places. So this kind of relates both to the tabletop and to the set design. So ideally stick to one color. What Yumna said in terms of the angle, because you're filming simultaneously, which is exactly what we do actually as well to save time, more thoughtful in the angles to make sure, irrespective of how you're moving the toy, it's still going to stay in the shot. Right? Because there's times where you picked it up and your side angle, you lost it. Just know where you need to position, how zoomed in, how zoomed out. And then more thoughtful set design. If you want things to be on the scene, cool, but make sure they are not taking over what we're supposed to see. So if you want to use props, put them a little bit to the edge so our eyes are still going where you want us to go. I think that's it. Anything else? Sara and Yumna?
No, that it comes to my mind right now. No. Did you have any questions for us?
No, actually, I wanted to ask about the second camera angle, but you answered that one.